Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Arya back again, and today I'm going to show you how to complete the main Easter egg on the new Infinite Warfare Zombies map, Attack of the Radioactive Thing. This guide is more specific for solo players, since doing this Easter egg on solo is a lot more difficult than doing it in co-op. There are a lot of items to pick up and symbols to look at. The steps are the same, but I will give you some tips and tricks to help you out if you're doing this by yourself. You don't necessarily have to do everything in the order that I did, but it'll be efficient enough to the point where you'll be done with all the steps in about 45 minutes, and after that you can gain as many points as you possibly can in order to get completely set up for the boss fight. Before we get into this, make sure you keep your frag grenades. Don't swap them out with gas grenades or anything like that. You'll need your frags for a certain step in the Easter egg. Also, watch out for the backpacks that the zombies drop after you kill them. Make sure to pick it up if it's a battery drop. The sooner you get it, the better. There are pretty much two major steps to do before the boss fight. The first step is collecting the body parts and getting the key to the garage door. The second step is mixing the chemicals to get a compound to activate the bomb. When you first spawn into the map, make sure to get up and atoms from the get-go just to be safe. Open the door that is facing the up and atoms perk machine. The first thing you need to do is build the seismic wave generator. You'll need the blueprint and 3 other parts. One part is next to this portable bathroom stall, the next one is on this bench, and the last part is right here around this corner. After you've built the seismic wave generator, pick up the Scantron that is on this desk. Then feel free to open this door and pick up this part on this trash can. You'll need it to get the electric trap to work. Once you get enough points, feel free to open this door to enter the beachside market. As soon as you go in, on the couch to your left, there's a part that you need to pick up in order to set up the lab. Then you can pick up a part for the hypnosis device, which you can find in this basket right here. Then we can pick up the blueprint, and while you're here, you can go prone and look at the 4-digit code under this desk. Write it down because you will need it later. Go into the kitchen and pick up the cleaver. And since you're here, you can go ahead and pick up the second part for the hypnosis device. Add the parts, come back, and pick up the last part, which is right here. Once you get enough points, open this door. Right next to the garage, there is the missing component that you need for the deep freezer. Pick it up and you can make your way down to the beach. Pick up the handle for the power switch and set down your seismic wave generator. In about 15 to 20 seconds, the arm will rise back up from the ground and then you can pick it up. During those 15 seconds, you can go to this little bridge. Underneath it in the corner, there's a certain part that you need to pick up in order to activate the bomb. Pick it up, go back, and pick up the arm. By now, you should be at round 5. This is when the zombies in the soldier outfit will start showing up. They have a green radioactive glow around them, so they're hard to miss. Pay attention to when they first start spawning in, because the first one you kill will drop a leg which you need to pick up. If you didn't pay attention and went on a killing rampage and forgot where you killed the first one, the leg will still be there. You just have to think back to remember where you've been killing zombies and start looking in those particular places. The leg has a green glow around it as well, so it does stand out just a little bit. Now let's get back to where we were. After you've picked up the arm, you can go back and turn the power on. Put the missing component back in this box to fix the electric trap. Next, you can go up here and turn on this teleporter. Then you can go back to this ice cream shop, and to your right, there's a spellbook that you need to pick up. Now, for me personally, I found it to be better to get the Slappy Taffy perk while I'm here, but you don't have to do that. You can get it later or not get it at all. But I thought I'd mention that just in case. Next, you can go to the beachside market to get tough enough. You can then stay here and get some points. And while you're here, make sure to turn on this teleporter as well. Once you've racked up enough points, you can then go down to the beach, go up here, open this door, and go through the pool area. In this little room, on the wall, there's a symbol that looks like the letter M. There's a number above it as well, so feel free to write it down as you'll need it soon. Next, we can go down here to this red car, go prone, and press square to pick up the second part for the detonator. Then we can open this door to enter the TV station. You can now go speak to Elvira and give her the spellbook. In return, she's gonna give you a vial. You need to get 15 melee kills with the cleaver in order to fill up that vial. It doesn't have to be the zombies in the soldier outfit. You just have to kill 15 regular zombies. And while you're here in this area, you can turn on this teleporter and pick up another part for the detonator, which is right here. Then you need to cook a frag grenade and throw it at this tree. A leg will drop on the ground, which you need to pick up. Another thing I like to do personally is to get racing stripes and bang bangs while I'm here. Again, you don't have to do that, you can just do it later. After you've filled up your vial, give it to Elvira. She'll then get up and start killing zombies. Get her to interact with this portal and that'll open up Pack-a-Punch for you. Go back to her sofa and pick up the hand mirror. And while you're there, go ahead and change the color to red. And I will tell you why in just a minute. You can now go back to the pool area and right past the Bomb Stopper's perk machine, there's a crowbar which you need to pick up. Remember there was a 4-digit code under the desk? Well, this is when we need it. There are 4 pressure valves around the map. One is right here next to the crowbar. The other one is behind the gas station. There's another one where the power switch is next to the Blue Bolt's perk machine. And if you open the other door in this spawn room and you go past the quickest perk machine, it'll be right around this corner right here. You have to set each of them to correspond to one of the 4 digits. They don't have to be in any particular order. For example, in this game I got 2241. So I need to set one of them to 2, the other one to 2, the next one to 4, and the last one to 1. And just remember that you can only do this with the crowbar. It is not possible with the cleaver. Now going back to where we were, after you pick up the crowbar, you can do the valve that is right in this room. Then we're gonna move on to the camp area, and then we can pick up the second arm, which is in this fire pit. After that, we can pick up the second part for the lab, which is on this table right here. You can then make your way down here, and on this table there should be the last part for the lab. Go back to the camp area and turn on this teleporter. Go to this bathroom, smash the mirror with your crowbar, and pick up the remaining piece of that mirror, which drops into the sink. Now you need to do a certain step which involves looking at 4 symbols around the map in 3 different colors. The symbol that you're looking for looks like this, which kind of looks like an O, so that's what we're gonna call it for now. If you're in normal color mode, each O symbol is equal to a different number. Once you change the map to a certain color, one of the symbols will have a does not equal sign in front of it. You need to keep switching colors and looking at all the symbols. The one that always has an equal sign is the right number. One symbol is in the beachside market above the fridge on the wall, another symbol on this gas station door. If you make your way down to the beach, once you're under this bridge, you can look up and you can see another symbol. And the last one is in this RV on the fridge. You need to stand right here in front of this window, jump, and then you can see it. If it has an equal sign, you can use the teleporter to teleport to the gas station. If you see it does not equal sign, then you can go back, change the color to something else, and then go back to the gas station. Once you're in the gas station, go ahead and look at your symbol, and also don't forget to do your pressure valve. If the symbol has an equal sign, move on to the next symbol, which is in the beachside market. While you're there, you can go ahead and fix the deep freezer trap, turn it on, wait for it to finish, then you can melee this piece of meat with your crowbar and pick up the torso. Also, there's a white car outside the gas station. You need to hit the passenger side mirror with your crowbar, it'll drop on the ground, and then you can pick it up. Look at the symbol above the fridge to see if it has an equal sign. Then you can make your way down to this pressure valve and set it to one of your 4 numbers. Then we can go to the last pressure valve and set that one to one of our 4 numbers. Go back to this area and use this teleporter to get back to the TV station. Now you need to go into the Pack-a-Punch room and press this button on the wall. Then you're gonna spawn into this RV, look up to your left, jump up, and melee this box open with your crowbar. Pick up the alien fuse and pick up the zombie head as well, which is the last body part that we need. Just keep in mind that you're gonna be in this RV for about 10 seconds, so you'll have to be quick. If you didn't get the chance to pick up the zombie head or the fuse, that's fine. You'll just have to wait for the Pack-a-Punch portal to open up again. After that, you can go ahead and change the color again and look at your symbols one more time. And if you're going back to the beachside market, the safe in there should be open by now. There's a piece of paper in there which has a 5-digit code on it. Pick it up and it'll show up in your inventory. However, make sure to write this number down. After you've figured out which one of the O symbols is the correct one, you need to multiply the number that it equals to by the number that is associated with the M looking symbol. Write down your final number and go back to the TV station. On the TV next to Elvira, you'll see a range of numbers associated with a specific color. Figure out which color your final number is associated with. Let me give you an example. In this game, my O number was 15, and my M number was 20. So I'm gonna multiply 15 by 20 to get 300. And now I'm gonna go and look at the TV, and it's telling me that anything less than 301 is associated with the color red. So now I'm gonna switch to red, and I have to go around the map and take screenshots of these boards while I'm in the color red. There are a total of 6 boards around the map. One is in the garage, which we haven't opened yet, so let's not worry about that one for now. There's one outside the TV station, there's one in the camp area, there's one on the beach, there is another one right before we enter the beachside market, and there is another one at spawn. After you've taken screenshots of all the boards, make sure to keep the last zombie and make your way down to the spawn room. Hold square on this bed to set down the body parts. And then you're gonna set down 3 mirrors in this room. One goes here, another one goes here, and the last one goes right here. Press square on this typewriter to enter the Scantron. Now you need to enter a 5-digit number in this device. There are 9 dots and they go from 1 to 9. And if you want to enter the number 4, you have to wait until the 4th dot is lit up. And then press square to enter number 4. And now you might be asking, well, what's the number? How do we know what the number is? Well, we don't know what the number is. The number is random, so we have to use trial and error to figure out what it is. But we do know that the number is always a combination of 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. If you're doing this solo, this step can be really annoying, considering the fact that the zombie can still hit you when you're punching in the numbers. And since it's trial and error, you will most likely end up getting the zombie away from you, running back here, punching in different numbers, and getting the zombie away again. What I recommend you to do is leave the spawn, go on top of this bus, and wait for the zombie. As soon as he starts climbing up the bus, go back to the typewriter and just use the process of elimination. So as soon as you get to the typewriter, try 3. If it's not 3, try 4. If it's not 4, try 5, and so on and so forth. And just remember that you get 3 tries every time, and the numbers don't repeat themselves. Once you figure out what the number is, write it down, and then press square on the typewriter. The cannon will zap the body parts and resurrect the zombie. But now you have to enter the numbers again. But this time, we need to enter the same numbers backwards. So at least the second time around, you know what the numbers are. After you've successfully entered the numbers, press square on the typewriter again, and then the cannon will zap the zombie. He will then basically turn into a key, because, well, why not? This is the key for the garage door. So now, we can go ahead and open the garage, hold square on this counter to set up the lab. Hold square on the bomb to attach the detonator. And since you're there, you can go ahead and pick up the remaining pages for the spellbook. By now, you should have a battery. If not, you can go through some more rounds until you get it. There are 2 radios that you can listen to. One is in the pool area and the other one is where the power switch is right next to the pressure valve. There are 4 final compounds that can be used to activate the bomb. However, only one of them is the correct one, and it's random each game. On this cheat sheet right here, you can see the compounds that are written in red. Those are the final compounds. One of the radios will talk about the final compounds and will tell you which one is the leading candidate. The other radio will tell you how to make the correct final compound that you need. You can just listen to one of them. You don't have to listen to both of them to figure out what the final compound is. Once you know which is the final compound, you can look at this cheat sheet and it'll tell you how to make it. But the ingredients are not the only thing that you need. When you're mixing 2 ingredients, you're gonna have to enter a 2-digit number. If you enter the number wrong, it'll explode and you will get red screen even if you have tough enough. Now let's talk about how we figure out the numbers. Remember earlier you went around the map and took screenshots of those boards? Now's the time that we're gonna need to look at those screenshots. When you're mixing 2 ingredients, you need to look at the ingredient in the screenshot that you took. You need to take the number on top and the number on the left and add them together. And then you're going to do the same thing for your second ingredient. And then we're going to add the resulting numbers to get a sum of both. Now we're going to take the resulting number and we're going to subtract it from the O number. And then the number that we get is the number that we're gonna enter to start the reaction. Let me give you an example. If we're making formaldehyde, then we need racing fuel and quarters. So we look at the board, we take 1 and 7, we add them together to get 8. Then we look at quarters, so we add 8 and 5, which equals to 13. And now we're gonna take 8 and 13, add them together, which equals to 21. Then we take 21 subtracted from 15, which is our O number, and that is going to equal to 6. And that's the number that we need to enter to start the reaction. As far as the ingredients go, let's go over the locations real quick. Once you enter the beachside market, there you can find vinegar, table salt, vodka, detergent, glass cleaner, wheel cleaner, powdered milk, food coloring, and baking soda. If you melee the register using your crowbar, you can get pennies, and if you use the cleaver to hit this piece of meat, you can get the fat, and if you hit the ice machine using your crowbar, you can get the ice. Right outside the gas station, there you can find racing fuel. If you melee the payphone with your crowbar, you can get quarters. In the garage on the ground, you can find motor oil. On the side of the pool, you can find pool cleaner. You can also find nail polish remover in this little room right here. Right next to the Racing Stripes perk machine, you can find paint. Right next to the Quickies perk machine, you can find plant food. In the spawn room, you can also find insect repellent and bleach. And the last ingredient is drain opener, which you can find in this bathroom stall. Now that you know where all the ingredients are and how to calculate the reaction number, go ahead and make your final compound. Pick it up, put it in the bomb, hold square, the bomb will start to get ready, then give it about 10 seconds, and after that, if you hold square on it, you will be teleported into the boss fight. But before we do that, we need to get set up first. So pick up the cleaver, get 15 melee kills to fill up your vial, and go ahead and charge the alien fuse to unlock double pack-a-punch. So let's talk about what we need in the boss fight. If you're doing this on solo, I would highly recommend a double pack-a-punch LMG. And to be more specific, the Mauler double pack-a-punch has way over 1,000 bullets in reserve. It has a decent fire damage and a very good fire rate. For your perks, you need Up and Atoms, Tough Enough, Bang Bangs, Quickies, and Racing Stripes. And for your Fate and Fortune cards, I would say Perk Insured, Reanimated, and Hide and Seek would be the way to go. Also, get the Hypnosis device, make sure you get gas grenades, and make sure your vial is full so you can summon Elvira in the boss fight. She won't do much, but at least she can revive you. When you first spawn into the boss fight, you need to escort the bomb all the way down to the beach. While you're doing that, the radioactive thing will shoot fireballs at you, which can instantly down you, so make sure you're avoiding those. Also, you'll have to deal with the zombies as well, so just be patient and take your time. If you feel like you're about to get trapped, just use your pistols. Once you get closer, he'll start sending crogs. Feel free to kill him just to be safe. After you're done escorting the bomb, we enter the second stage. In this stage, he has 4 attacks. One is him shooting lasers at you, which do minimal damage and they're easy to avoid. 2, he will shoot fireballs like the previous stage. 3, he will shoot crogs, which you can shoot down when they're mid-air. And his last and most dangerous attack is his slam. He will slam his claws on the ground, and if you're in the way, even if you have Tough Enough, you will go down. So watch out for that. Okay, now let's talk about how you can damage this crab slash lobster slash douchebag. Basically, there are 4 laser cannons around the boss fight arena. Right before he shoots lasers at you or does his slam, his chest is gonna get exposed. You need to shoot his chest using one of the 4 laser cannons. If you manage to shoot his chest once, his chest is going to stay exposed indefinitely. This step requires a lot of patience. The way I did it was that I went all the way back here, waited for the zombies to follow me, then I went up here and took a shot at him. I kept doing this over and over again until I managed to finally shoot his chest. You need to shoot his chest for a total of 3 times, and once you successfully do that, you're going to enter the 3rd stage. In this stage, he's going to stop attacking you. You need to go to the bomb and hold square on it. Now this is when it gets stressful. He will start covering the beach with radioactive acid little by little. And the area on the other side of the bridge is going to be blocked off. and at the same time he's sending Krogs and you have to avoid the zombies. So what I suggest you to do is summon Elvira, stay back here, have your hide and seek fortune card ready, and just camp here with your double pack-a-punch mauler. Shoot the Krogs before they hit the ground and kill the zombies as well. If it gets too overwhelming, just spam your pistols. And then you're gonna see him start lasering the whole beach. Before he starts doing that, you need to crouch. And then you're gonna jump, slide, and then you're gonna do a very long slide, and then you're gonna jump over these 3 beams, and then hold square to enter a 5-digit code to activate the bomb. This is the same 5-digit code that you got from the safe earlier in the game. Just remember, you get about 3 tries, and you're in there for a very limited amount of time, and if you get it wrong, you're gonna have to redo the laser step all over again. But if you manage to successfully enter the code, then you'll get the cutscene.
Anybody want shellfish for dinner?
I'm pretty sure I'm never eating shellfish again. Ever.
Ugh, you and me both.
I am really feeling the need to get out of this place, time period, whatever you want to call it. Maybe off to somewhere with a little more color.
Ready when you are, my friend.
Ugh! Oh, this is so nasty. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, shit. If you guys thought the zombies were bad.
What is it? Some kind of big...
Shut up, AJ!
What? What did I say?
To be continued.
Alright guys, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section down below. I do hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.